The following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, why every man them are thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
British, I'm your one I wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out.
Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell and co-host Deirdre Sorego, bringing you the best in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. And boy, do we have a fantastic show for you guys today. Before we get started, Shazam says hello, and let me introduce my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
If I'm not going to be crushed to death, this dog weighs a lot, and he has to be on TV every week now. Now it's become a thing with him. In fact, when we feed him, he pushes his food away, and he said, I want white glove service. I'm a star. Now, look at this. Do you believe this dog? He really wants to get in the act. Like who was it that said never play with dogs or children? It was the one that played with Mae West a lot. I forgot his name. The guy with the red nose. Oh, well, you people figure it out.
Nobody will get that anyway.
Very famous guy, comedian. He's on my mic, and I really can't move. Shazam, you're going to have to sit down because we have to do this now.
What's up, everyone? Then we got the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Hello, fellas. Hello, Shazam. Oh, that looks painful when he gets on your leg there.
Well, he's heavy. His head weighs
130 pounds.
He looks like he weighs 500.
He's a huge dog.
Yeah.
He doesn't photograph so large, but he's a very large dog. Trust me.
Comes out like a chihuahua in photos. Okay.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
you must be big fellas.
Look small in pictures.
Good to see you all look sharp today.
Thank you.
Well, it's the holiday, and we thought that we're going to dress every week now for Christmas because we want everybody to get into the Christmas spirit. You know, this year is a very, very political Christmas year. Yeah. Everybody's yelling because Christ is no longer in Christmas, and they're yelling because we don't say Merry Christmas anymore. We say Happy Holiday, and I think that's silly. You know, when it's Hanukkah, I say to my Jewish friends, Happy Hanukkah. And when it's the other holidays, I tell them their holiday as well. So if it's Christmas, I like to say Merry Christmas because that's what I was brought up with, and that's all I know is that Christmas is about Jesus and it's about Merry Christmas. So if I offend you, you know, go screw yourself.
No, I go around telling people Merry Christmas. So
no patience for
yes.
this.
You're right, Ron.
These politically correct freaks that are out there, they're finding everything wrong with our country. Nobody wants to be an American anymore. They all want their cultures here, and they want the culture that we've had for 300 years to suddenly disappear.
Yeah.
I think that's wrong. You know, everybody has to have their own culture.
Sure.
And I'm a Caucasian, a European background, and I say Buon Natale or Merry Christmas.
There you go. What's up, chat room? We want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat room. Thanks so much for tuning in. We want to give a special welcome back to Goddess, who was missing last week. She had surgery. We're so happy that you're back and everything is good. Goddess. Thanks everybody in the chat room for saying that we look dapper. We want to say hey to Cindy Lady Lake, who's considered to be one of the most influential indie music promoters in the world, and she's awesome. Follow her at Lady Lake Music on Twitter. Chinzia's in the chat room. Daddy Muir, Irish Ginger from the Irish Ginger Show, Fridays at 4 p.m. on W4CY. We've also there's tons of people in there, so hello, everybody. If I missed you, I apologize, but everything is good, and we're so happy to have all of you here. And we have a fantastic show today, and we've got Hollywood royalty coming on with Miss Illeana Douglas, and we're very excited that she's coming on. And so we're going to play around before she gets here, and then when she gets here, we're going to have a blast.
And I want to thank Goddess very much for wishing me well tomorrow on my very, very, very minor surgery. I have a problem that most men 50 plus have, and that's constantly pee-pee. I mean, 5-6 times a night, it's ridiculous. I don't sleep. I mean, I feel it the next day. So we're getting what is known as a button. They go up the penis with this machine. I mean, I hope it's a little machine. And they sort of melt the prostate or whatever, which allows us to urinate like we were 18. So that I'm excited about. So it's a minor surgery, but I thank everybody for caring and wishing me well. I mean, it's not a sex change. That would be a major surgery.
Listen to you.
Calm down.
Kiddies. Go ahead, Jimmy.
I think that's hilarious. So let's do some commercial stuff and let's get it all out of the way early today. How's that? So, first off, we want to say thanks everybody for checking us out on all our different networks that the Jimmy Star Show is played on. You guys can hear us on W4CY Radio with the fabulous Chad Murphy.
Oh, yeah.
Chatty.
You can hear us on WROM Radio in Detroit, and Hamilton Radio in New Jersey, Planet Radio Network in New York, LA, Ontario, and London, Monster FM Radio in New York, Jackalope Radio in Kansas City, K4HD Radio in LA, and WBAD Radio in Washington, D.C. We're also on Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, and iHeartRadio, and you can see our television show on Roku, YouTube, Vimeo, and JimmyStarsWorld.com. There you go.
We're like bed bugs. We're all over.
That's right. We're everywhere.
Anyway, now we went to the movies. We caught up on our films. I'll start off with the not so hot film. Was Hunger Games, the last one, and I thought Jennifer was terrific in it as always. She's lovely to look at. The story was okay. It wasn't as good as the first or the second one, but then again, when they end these sagas, they usually do end weekly. Because what can you do? Blow it up anymore? I mean, they blew up the whole film. All they had to do was blow up Jennifer and made it a perfect film.
It was good.
It was okay.
It ended very much like Twilight and Harry Potter, where like the good people get together and have kids.
But the film that we did love was Brooklyn.
Hold on. Go back because I didn't hate Games.
Oh, okay.
There's 4 different movies. Like I thought it wasn't the strongest one. The second one is the strongest. I didn't hate it. It's just that it just isn't as good as the first 2. How's that? And then we went to a movie that we liked.
But that's what I said.
I know.
You're reiterating what I'm saying.
I know, but I get to say things because you got to say it. Like that's your opinion, and now I have my opinion.
Well, it was the same as my opinion, so that was kind
doesn't make any difference.
like boring.
That doesn't matter.
It was redundant.
Well, then we'll talk about Brooklyn then. You liked it.
Well, first of all, I was born in Brooklyn, and I was raised in Astoria, Queens. So I'm really a Brooklyn, Queens guy. And it wasn't really about Brooklyn as I remembered Brooklyn. It was about an Irish immigrant girl that came to this country and fell in love with a charming Italian fellow. I want to talk about Isaac, oh my God, his name, Cohen, Isaac Cohen, the fellow who played the Italian, did a performance that was outrageous and fabulous. It shook me out of my seat. To play a very, very shy, timid, virgin young man and not look stupid, corny, or fruity is a feat.
His name is Emery Cohen.
Emery Isaac Cohen. Remember that name because he's going to be a great star. His portrayal of Tony was so phenomenal that if he hadn't portrayed it the way he did, the film would not have worked. Without giving away the plot of the film, you must see the film and then you'll understand what I'm saying. He made me fall in love with him because he was so charming that his girlfriend, who was played by, how do you say her name?
Saoirse
Ronan, couldn't resist him. Then, of course, the plot unfolds and it becomes a very involved, interesting story. I think this film may go to the Oscars, and I think he may go to the Oscars with it. Wouldn't be surprised.
He's actually got a pretty good career, too. He's been in a couple big-budget movies where he's not the lead person like he was in this, but he's worked with some pretty big Ryan Gosling, who's one of Deirdre's favorites. He's worked with Ryan Gosling. He's worked with Mark Wahlberg. So he's been in a couple of good films already, too. So good for him.
Well,
it was a very nice period piece movie.
You know, we have an expression that we use, an actor pulls his guts out. When an actor pulls his guts out and does it quietly and softly, it's one of the most difficult things to do. Anyone can tear up a room and scream and act crazy or angry or mean or vicious or trashy or slutty. But when you're playing it like because I'm from the late 1950s, and that's how we guys were. We didn't touch our girlfriends, God forbid, feel them up. It was not done. You married them if you wanted to have sex. And that's why so many girls got married young back then, because their boyfriends couldn't wait anymore. And they would tell them, listen, if you don't put out, I'm getting out. And the girls loved the guy so much that they had sex. Now, most got pregnant, and it was a big mess. So I got that. Well, it was a mess because your parents threw you out. It was like being gay in those days. If a girl got pregnant, she was a whore. And whores were thrown in the street. No decent girl came home pregnant.
You even said that, like, that's where we used to make out when I was young.
That was a different film.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was the film we watched last night. It was photographed in Astoria Park, and my girlfriend and I used to make out down by the river where all the guys and girls would park along the road, the shore road. That's a different film, Jim.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, that's okay.
That was called People, Places, and Things.
Right, which was an interesting film. But I think Brooklyn was very well done. I love the photography. A still camera for a change. It wasn't doing those 2-second shots that make me dizzy and nauseous. The score was good. The directing was excellent. Photography was fabulous. Storyline, slow. It was a little story, and they took a long time to tell you a little story. But it was worth it because it got you going. It really did. I give this movie 4 stars.
And one of the girls in it who lives in the boarding house with her plays I don't know her character name, but she's the star of that CW show Arrow, which is also the show that John Barrowman is on, which is an awesome, awesome show. So everybody needs to check it out. Go see Brooklyn and watch John Barrowman on Arrow because Arrow is the best.
And the funny part of the film Brooklyn is when she goes home to meet his Italian family, the little boy blurts out, the Italians hate the Irish. And the way he does it, like a little Brooklyn tough guy. I mean, he was adorable. Pay special attention to this kid. I think when he gets himself going, he's going to be a big star too.
Yeah, because in the movie he's probably like 7 or something. He's just like a little kid, but he was terrific.
He'll be playing a lot of kids' roles, and as he gets older, better roles. But anyway, the film was good. Enough about that film. Now, what are we doing in our life? Nothing too much. Christmas shopping. I want to warn everybody out there about sales. I saw an item that was on sale, and it was 70 off. And when I brought it to the register, she was charging me more than it was. And I said, why are you doing that? It's 70 off. She said, oh, no, not this particular piece. This piece is only 40 off.
Scam.
So I said, well, why was it among everything that was 70 off? She said, oh, because it's the same thing. It's like Christmassy. I said, no, darling, that's not how it works. You don't put something that's 70 off with 40 off because that's improper disclosure. And I refused to pay 40%. So she called the manager over, and he said, give it to him for 70%. And I said, I don't want it anymore. And she said, why? You're getting it for 70%. I said, but you don't realize you took the fun and the joy out of purchasing this piece. Now, every time I look at it, I'm going to think of how wrongly you tagged it and how you tried to screw me. Exactly.
That's right, goddess scammers.
And now it's big. Well, this is a very major store I'm talking about. I won't give the name of it, but it's a very, very major store, a chain store of beautiful household goods. So I didn't want it because it had a very bad
vibe.
Yeah, a very bad vibe. So be careful of sales out there. Be careful of when they say 50% off items, and you go to the rack and you say, "Oh, great! It's $80 now. No, it's not 50% off of the 80. It's 50% off of the original price of 150. So it's all in the ticketing, my pals. Be careful. Save yourself money. Read.
Also, you guys, go to the Jimmy Star Show Twitter, and in the description for the Jimmy Star Show Twitter, there's a link to check out Airbiotics. Click the link. It'll take you to the page. Check it all out. Airbiotics is the new way to do cleaning, and it helps prevent drug-resistant infections. It helps people with allergies. It's great for getting rid of pet odors. It's just a really cool way. It's going to be the new way to have a cleaner, healthier, ecologically balanced home. They're sending us samples of the stuff, so we should have it for next week, and we'll use it and be able to tell you guys how great it actually is. I read a study that they did with Airbiotics about how they went into a major hospital in South Florida and told them to clean the operating room the way they normally clean it, and then they went in afterwards and cleaned with Airbiotics and showed you all the stuff that came out of the operating room that was not clean, that somebody was going to go get operated on. And so this is going to be the wave of the future if you want to make sure you don't catch infectious diseases or you don't have allergies. It's going to be the way to go. So check out Airbiotics, and the way you get to the link is you go to the Jimmy Star Show Twitter and click in the description. And we want to welcome everybody in the chat room.
I want to still go back to that. I'm sorry that I didn't get it on time because I was going to go tomorrow. My surgery is at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. I was going there at noon with this product, and I was going to clean the area that I was getting surgery. 2 of my friends that had minor surgery got MRSA. Hospitals are filled with all kinds of germs and diseases that we've never had before. They're coming in from foreign countries where no one's been inoculated. It's just terrible how the airplane has brought in every kind of disease to our country. Unfortunately, I don't have this product yet. I wanted to also spray the bedroom and spray the beds and spray my clothing that I'm going to be wearing so that I don't get an infection. I can't wait for this product. I believe in it. If it stinks, I will tell you. There's no way I will ever lie to you. You know that. If it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, I'm going to tell you on the air. Save your money. So far, I don't know. I haven't received it.
But I've read tons of studies, and everything on the studies say that it's like awesome by actual people who have used the product. So check it out. Check out the website. Go to the Jimmy Star Show. Hit the description in the Twitter, and you can see the link to the website to Airbiotics, and check it out. And follow them on Twitter.
And how fabulous is this to have? And go when you're traveling. If you're in a hotel room and you bomb the hotel room, you spray it, the beds, the toilets, the bathtubs, and then you won't get the flu that the person was lying in bed with the day before. It's just terrible how we have such epidemic of diseases that we've never had before.
So check out, too, we want to say, hey, everybody, join us now in the chat room. If you guys hit the ITV button, you can see us live. It's a lot of fun. What's up, Dave Hughes from Stars Now UK is in the chat room. Stefan Daniel Bell is in the chat room. So what's up, everybody? And we're going to take a quick music break.
Well, before we do that, I just want to say one thing. I got an email from somebody, and they said, are we scripted? And I said, no, our show is unfiltered and unscripted. Jimmy and I have no idea what we're going to do when we're here. We just talk as if we were at home with you in our living room having a conversation. So I'm very flattered that you thought it was scripted because it was so, as you said, perfect. Thank you so much for writing into my email. And we're not scripted. We have, in 2 minutes from now, I could just stutter,
blow a gasket,
say something ridiculous. We don't know.
It's funny.
That's what makes the show exciting, that it's live and it's spontaneous. It's who we are. It's our personalities. It's our reality show. This is a real reality show without a script or a director telling us what to do. Like smack each other, fight, throw the table in the air, that sort of nonsense.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do, Chad?
Aye, Captain.
How about we're going to do Shalimar? You got that one available?
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, this is the new single by Shalimar, led by Jody Watley. The name of the song is Slow Dance. It's available now worldwide. It's getting all kinds of radio airplay. Hope you love it, and check it out. Here it is.
School dance, red light party, or at the end of the night of hardcore clubbing. I remember it well. I took your hand, led you to the dance floor. I felt your heart beating next to mine for the very first time. I put my hands around your waist, slow down the pace. You rest your head on my shoulder, and we moved in time, side to side. I wanna know, does anybody slow dance anymore? At the end of the night, on the dance floor. Slow dance anymore at the end dance floor.
You don't need no invitation. Oh, don't need a special occasion. No, 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 no. We're gonna make it like the first time. I felt your heart beating next to mine, to mine, to mine. I wanna feel your hands around my waist. Let's slow down the pace.
I rest my head on your shoulder, and we move in
Gonna
time,
move in time,
side to side.
side to side. Does anybody slow dance anymore, anymore? At the end of the night,
On the dance floor,
on the dance floor, does anybody slow dance? Oh, anymore, anymore. On the dance floor.
does anybody slow dance anymore? At the end of the night,
If y'all know what I'm talking about,
on the dance
Do you slow
grab that
dance?
girl. Let's say it.
Yeah, we go, everybody. That's Shalimar, and that is Slow Dance.
That's a good song. It's nice and soft and easy and just great to listen to. I like it. It's one of my favorites.
So, you guys, I'm going to do some bragging for us real quick,
Wow. How do you like them apples?
which I like to do all the time as much as I can. But
Oh, Jimmy bragging?
there's a magazine or a news. I guess it's a newspaper. It's called The Examiner, and this is in examiner.com today. Or tomorrow, yesterday. It says, "See radio in a whole new light" on the Jimmy Star Show. It's an article that actually has one of our videos for Brett Rice posted in it. And it says, on December 1st, 2015, the Jimmy Star Show continued to promote its upcoming guest, Illeana Douglas. Douglas is an actor, author, and more, who will be a featured guest on the Jimmy Star Show December 2nd. The show's a live show, la-di-da-da-da. She's coming on to talk about I Blame Dennis Hopper, her career, and the entertainment industries at large. Now listen to this. This is a really great article. It's got all kinds of pictures from Illeana Douglas. It says, the Jimmy Star Show, fans say, is a TV and radio cool hit show. Jimmy Star is the namesake and reigning king of cool on the Jimmy Star Show. To enjoy Star live, tuned into the show Wednesdays from 3 to 5 p.m. on W4CY.com radio. Jimmy Star, one of the hosts, is also known as King of Cool. His areas of expertise are in pop culture, fashion, entertainment, music, finance, promotion, and talent development. Listen to this part. I love this. Another great interviewer and host on the show is that of Ron Russell. He is ingeniously creative and is able to not only create innovative and compelling ideas, he develops them through to profitable fruition. According to the show, this entertainment entrepreneur is a self-made man and model of success within the entertainment industry with his enterprising attitude and vast competency based on his lifetime love of film. Russell is also an international celebrity in his own right, and his fun, engaging, lay-it-on-the-line, bouncy attitude shines through in all his endeavors. Isn't that
They
cool?
didn't say anything about my dirty mouth.
And then it talks about Deirdre and all the people she's worked with, and that Illeana Douglas has been in all these different films. And then it has links to our Facebook, video, Twitter, like all the different things, and our YouTube page and everything. And it's really cool that they wrote like this big article about us, because I didn't arrange that.
How much did you have to pay, Illeana?
I didn't. She didn't do it either.
Who did it?
Huh?
How much did you have
Actually,
to pay?
someone who's been on the show a long time ago is a writer for this magazine.
Well,
and
thank
she-
you,
and she
whoever
wrote
you
it.
are, for your kind
Her
words.
name is Deborah Smith Ford. We had her on like a month ago.
Deborah. Thank you. I just wish I could understand half of those words you used.
It's okay.
About
Isn't that
me.
cool,
I
though?
hope they mean good
I love
things.
that. Actually, you're an international celebrity in your own right, it says.
Well, that's partially true.
It is true.
No, out west. Nobody knows me in the East Coast.
Sure
'cause
they
I'm
do.
No.
We're the number one show in the East Coast. Everybody
there,
knows
yeah,
you.
but Palm Springs, I'm pretty well known because I lived there for years, and my show came out of Palm Springs. My set the record straight.
Chad, next time I'll make sure they mention our fabulous engineer.
Yeah, Chad. Yeah.
Is Chad still there?
I guess he quit.
I quit. I'm out of here.
He quit. He said, screw this show. Watch, I'm going to pull all the plugs. There you go, Jimmy Star. Now do your show.
After the show, we're going to actually post links everywhere so everybody can see it because it's a really cool thing. And we'll put it out on Twitter and Facebook and everybody because it's kind of cool. And it has a link to the Brett Rice interview, which Brett Rice has done so many cool things. And so it's really cool.
The best thing that has ever been written about me, and I'm going to tell this to Illeana, when someone said Ron Russell is to the computer what Robert Osborne is to television. And I thought, oh my God, to be in the same rank with Robert Osborne, to me, is the thrill of my life. Yes, I do support film. Yes, I do talk about film. Yes, my show interviewed all the legends of Hollywood. Yes, I believe in film, as we will talk to Illeana about. And that's the compliment, to be compared to my hero, Robert Osborne, who I truly enjoy, love, and would one day love to meet so I could give him a hug and say, thank you so much, Robert, for keeping film alive. It's history. It's for the future. We've got to keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely got to keep it going. I just think it's really cool. So I was excited. So we want to thank everybody and just, it's just cool. And so we'll put it out for everybody to see. And what Robert Osborne is to television is what you are to web shows.
Who?
You. It's called web shows. It's not called computer. It's called web shows.
What do I know? I'm from the year 3.
I know.
Do I know today's technology? Listen,
that we're the number one web show in the world, that's an important thing that you know that word.
But you guys got to remember, I came from the era where I stood on my mark, and then they'd say 1, 2, 3, make a movie. And that was it. And we said our lines and we did our thing. Today, there are no marks. You don't know where the camera is. The director doesn't know what he's doing. The guy that you're working with or the gal, she reinvents her script. And then you sit there and stand there and you say, oh my God, your last word's supposed to be heaven and now it's hell. How do I react to that? So it's a whole new way of making film. That's called independent filmmaking, which I'm not used to. And now I'm going to be in a couple of independents coming up in the next 7 months, and I hope I can handle it well. Because I'm used to the real, I don't call it the real Hollywood, but the old Hollywood, where everything was down to the second and perfection, and the way you looked and the way you moved and how you turned and know your key light. You had to know all these things. Now, you just go out there, you say what you want, if you can remember your lines. If not, say what you like. And if they like it, they use it. A whole new way of filming, my dear friends. But anyway, it's a lot easier for actors if you know improv. Of course, if you don't do good improv and the guy's not following the script and you're saying, oh my goodness, now how do I answer him? It's nothing like he's asked me. Then you're in trouble. So learn improv if you want to be an actor one day.
There you go. I'm so happy, too, that Goddess is back. Goddess, you write such nice things.
She's a doll. I would love to meet Goddess.
We're going to meet her one day.
Goddess, where do you hail from?
She's in Florida.
Oh, we're going to be in Florida sometime in January, end of January. Maybe we'll have lunch, Goddess. Wouldn't that be fun? Say yes.
Yes. She can't read. Of course she will.
No, tell her to type in yes.
She'll have lunch.
Well, if you don't
when you come to Florida, she says.
Listen, if you don't come to lunch, I'm going to bitch smack you.
She says, of course, yes, when you come to Florida.
Okay. We'll go to McDonald's because Jimmy don't spring.
Oh.
If I'm paying for lunch, we'll go to Johnny's. Johnny's on. Where's it on?
That doesn't matter. They're not going to go there.
I want to give him a
She
plug.
lives in Tampa or someplace.
Oh, forget it. The best Italian restaurant in Fort Lauderdale is Johnny's.
That's Pompano.
Pompano. Okay, Pompano
It's on
Beach.
Atlantic Avenue.
And it's fabulous. You've got to go there. The best Italian
No, Atlantic
food.
Boulevard, not Atlantic Avenue.
Yeah,
Atlantic Boulevard.
It's like homemade food, and the owner is fabulous. It's been there forever and ever, and I've been dining and lunching there forever and ever, whenever I'm in Florida. My favorite place.
They're all kissing you. And Daddy Muir's in the chat room. We just want to wish him well. I'm hopefully he's out of the hospital now. He had, what do you call that? When you get emergency... Oh, I said it last week. Now I forgot. No, what kind of surgery do you have? Appendectomy surgery.
Oh.
Emergency appendectomy, so we're happy to see him in the chat room and hope everything is good with him.
Who else?
I couldn't think of it.
My cousin Chinzia is in there. She's there. Chinzia, or did she go?
Yeah, she's in there.
Hi, Chinzia. What's doing, honey?
Happy and Merry Christmas, everybody.
Wait, Chinzia, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. We haven't had a chance to discuss Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah! I forgot Thanksgiving was this past week. Chad, did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I did. I picked up an extra chin on it.
An extra chin.
I love that. Now you're Chinese.
What?
Yeah, you're one of the Chins.
That's not what he meant.
Chad Chin.
I'll take it.
I know, it's just a joke.
Oh,
Anyway,
very
Cousin
funny.
Cynthia, you said you wanted to go on the old subway with us in New York when we go see the tree with my kids, my daughters, Leslie and Deirdre, and I, and Jimmy, of course. We're going to Manhattan to see the Christmas tree. And they brought back the old 1920s and 30s subway cars. I don't know if they're riding, but still, just to go in and see them would be a lot of fun. So if you're in New York going to see the Christmas tree, definitely go to the subway and see what the old subway cars were like.
She says, when are you going? We don't know when we're
I
going
have
yet.
no
We're
idea.
working on it.
You know, Chinzia, tomorrow I may be on, well, tomorrow I'm in surgery, but Saturday I may be on the moon. You know, with Jimmy, I never know what. We're always traveling. We're doing this show, that opening. We're guests of these people, that people, picking up some kind of an award. Oh, the award part I like. But that part I love. But we're always going and going. It's going to have to be like, we'll have to just post it the day before, and then we'll all meet in Manhattan. We'll have lunch, and then we'll go see the tree.
There you go. So
anybody else that wants to join us, please do. We'll post it on my Facebook page. I'd love to meet and greet all of you. We could have a ball. All of us, well, I mean, not everybody because they're in the thousands, but like, you know, the steady people that we always talk to. I mean, we can't have everybody.
in the millions, not the thousands.
Well, we can't have everybody. I mean, forget it. The rest
Next time we go to Florida too, if we meet with Goddess, like I want to meet with Cindy Lady Lake and Lady Lake Jen too, because they probably aren't too far away from
and
there.
with my friend Carla, we have to go to Starbucks and have coffee with Carla.
Okay.
Carla's a very, very big fan of mine, and she's wonderful, and she's been with me for years. And I met her years ago, and I want to see her again.
And we have to go see Chad.
You have to?
Well, we're going to do 2 shows from your studio.
Exactly.
Yep.
That
We'll
comes
probably
with
have
the
to do
package.
two. That's right. It comes with the package. So
Right.
here's what we're going to do, you guys.
And then we're going to go see you perform.
Yeah, we're going to see you perform. This year, we're going to see you because we didn't see you last year. So we're going to see you
Last
this
year,
year.
Jimmy's dad was ill. He was dying. We were in and out of hospital. So our stay in Florida was not a happy one. I mean, I saw my friends just whenever I could, and they understood. My friends were wonderful. I said, if in the event I can't make it for a dinner party or something, understand, he may not be doing that well that night. But since his dad has passed, now when we go to Florida, we don't have that responsibility.
There you go. Goddess, I forgot what part Cindy's in, but she'll tell you someplace in there. So what we're going to do, you guys, we're going to take another quick music break, then we're going to talk some more, and then our Hollywood Vixen's going to join us. And so let's go to L.A. Davis, Chad.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, this is Change, Nothing to Do by UK sensation L.A. Davis. Enjoy it. Here it goes.
Feeling empty inside, lights are hurting my eyes again. Like a cat with 9 lives, dodge the cars as they drive, saying to myself, where are my friends? Where are my friends? Gotta get myself home. Didn't think I'd be alone again. Disconnected, my body's rejecting all the hell I've subjected it to.
Change, gotta change before it's too late. Change, only got yourself to blame. Change before it's too late. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for? 'Cause time won't wait for me. Feels like it's always out of reach. I listen to the stars, tell me my life can start again. But I'm ruled by the moon, and I'm still confused. Gotta trust that there's nothing to lose.
nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose. Change, gotta change before it's too late. Change, only got yourself to blame. Change before it's too late. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for? 'Cause time won't wait for me. Feels like it's always out of reach. What are you waiting for? 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 Change, gotta change before it's too late. Change, only got yourself to blame. Change before it's too late. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for? 'Cause time won't wait for me. Feels like it's always out of reach.
There you go.
Yeah, everybody, that is Change. Change. I forgot the name of it. What's it called? Change, Nothing to Lose by L.A. Davis. It's freaking awesome. It's on iTunes now. And I want to thank everybody in the chat room, too, who are saying that their like music libraries are made up from artists they met on the show and heard on the show. That's awesome. And we also want to give a special shout out to Tristan in the chat room all the way from Australia. So what's up, Tristan?
Hi, babes. Special thumbs up for you.
And for Irish Ginger for putting up all the links. So thanks so much. It's awesome. And I'm so excited. I'm in the Christmas spirit now, everybody. Like last week, I wasn't really quite in it yet. And you go everywhere and you see all the Christmas stuff. And we went to the mall and it was just a mess on Friday. There was tons of people.
His father passed away 2 weeks ago, and he wonders why he wasn't in a Christmas mood last week. Tell me now, I didn't marry a little bit of a sort of a dumbbell, maybe? I mean, Jimmy, your father died. How could you possibly be in
But now I'm in a Christmas mood.
Yes, because now we've discussed it and
worked through it some.
And they shipped him up to us because they cremated him. And Bradley is now here with us. And I said to Jimmy, let's put him in our truck because we have a big vehicle. What are those war vehicles? What are they called? Van. And
a war vehicle.
I call it a war vehicle. And let's take him to the mall and take him to his favorite haberdasher. And we just walk him around the mall. And Jimmy thought I was crazy.
So we didn't do it.
So Jimmy
he doesn't like cold weather.
But Jimmy told his sister what I wanted to do, and she thought it was so sweet. I hate to tell you, but my first partner, who I was with for 45 years, passed away. He was cremated, and I took Sal all over for months. I strapped him in next to me in the seat, and I talked to him, and I took him here, and I took him there, and it was very nice. I didn't feel like I'd lost him. So that's what you do.
My dad, we were going to take him to LL Bean, but he doesn't like the cold weather, so we got him in the house by the heater.
I would have wrapped a blanket and put a hat on him and gloves.
When we go to Florida, he wants his ashes to be spread at his beehive, so that's what we're going to do in January or February.
Because he's the manufacturer of Bradley's Backyard Honey, which is the best honey in the country.
There you go. And so it's Christmas, you guys. It's coming up now. We only have 23 days till Christmas. I'm excited. We started watching Christmas movies. We watched a cute one last night. It was kind of dumb, but it was cute dumb. And we also watched Home Alone 2 the other day.
Well, that's because I like what's-her-name so much. I never remember her name. Kathy
Najimy.
Najimy. I love Kathy Najimy. She's a fine comedian. She has such a pretty face, and I love her smile and her little giggle, and I wish we would see more of her. So anyone out there casting, think of her. She's a fine actress.
I don't know what the movie that was that we saw her in, but it was a cute movie, and the girl in it was hot.
I remember her with Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker in the Halloween
Hocus Pocus.
Pocus.
And she was in one of my favorite all-time kids TV shows, which was called Make It or Break It. Right. It was about gymnastics, and she played the bitchy mom.
And I've never met her, but I think one day when I will, because I meet everybody eventually, she's going to be very sweet and charming, just like she is in film. Most people are. There are a few bitches that I've met that were bitches in real life and sweet on film. I won't mention their names, but one is a very still alive 1949-55 actress with fire red hair. Not Arlene Dahl, by the way, because she's wonderful. I love Arlene Dahl. Anyway, this bitch is just a bitch. You know, I don't care what you say. She's a snob. She's a bitch. She thinks who she is. She treats everybody like crap. Waiters. I mean, I've been in her company several times, and I've never invited her on my show.
Thanks. And Dave Hughes put a picture of my dad and I and our honey in the chat room for
So
everybody.
the moral
That's
of
cool.
my little story is, if you're not nice in this business, get the hell out of it, because nobody's going to give you work. You know, when I met Lana Turner, I was thrilled to pieces to meet my gorgeous Lana Turner. And she said to me, Ron, remember one thing, if you want to go far in this business, everybody's wonderful, everybody's fabulous, everybody can act, everybody's gorgeous, everybody's thin. She said, you'll go far in this business.
Look how good we look today.
Well, it's nice. I always dress. Jimmy doesn't like to dress. I love jackets. I always wear jackets because it finishes a guy off and gives you a little bit of, joie de vivre or joie de whatever the hell, joie de something.
We look exceptionally good, though, today.
Well, you're very conceited. I don't do that. I look like an old bag in a jacket that needs a facelift, but that's okay.
That's fine.
That's okay. I'm getting used to aging.
So, Chad, do you have a
I have
favorite?
no other choice.
Chad, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Do you have one?
Yes, Vacation.
Oh, Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. Okay. I like that one.
Mine is Holiday.
I like that Love Actually a lot, actually.
No, Holiday is the best Christmas movie with that blonde girl, the Greek girl. What's her name? The famous actress, blonde. Oh, she had the nose job twice. She had 2 nose jobs.
They like Christmas Story.
I can't think of her name. Anyway, and the guy in it is that handsome English guy.
Hugh Grant?
No, the other one I liked that you don't.
What's the name?
Who?
Colin Firth?
A Holiday I'm talking about. The movie.
You like the Holiday?
Holiday.
Jude Law.
Jude Law. And who else?
Oh, Cameron Diaz.
And Cameron Diaz. Stop fooling with your nose, Cameron. You're going to wind up with 2 holes.
Oh, and Jack Black. Unfortunately, I don't like Jack Black.
I don't like Jack Black either.
But I like Kate Winslet.
Love Kate Winslet. Jack Black is a comic. He can't play a romantic at all. Because no chick would fall in love with him. No gay guy either. I mean, Jack Black is just Jack Black. He's just a funny guy. But he's not a romantic image.
Shinzia likes Miracle on 34th Street, which your mom is in.
My mother was in that. Did you know your aunt was in that, Shinzia? Yeah, for a quick second, she was pissed off. They shot the back of her going into an elevator. I'll never forget it. We went to the movies to see it. And I was a kid. I was like 7 or 8 years old. And my mother was so excited. She couldn't wait to see her big scene. And there she was. She walked. The camera was behind her. The elevator door opened and my mother walked in. But she had a lovely hairdo. My mother left that movie theater. She must have smoked 2 packs of cigarettes on the way home, cursing and smoking and steaming and screaming.
Shinzia said she didn't know that she was in it.
Yeah, my mother.
Where.
Macy's. My mother was working in Macy's at the time as a counter girl, and they needed some extras. And my mother, being an actress wannabe all her life, jumped at the chance and ran out there, and they loved her. Of course, my mother was very beautiful, as you know. She looked like Maureen O'Hara with blonde hair instead of red hair. My mother was a very beautiful woman, fine-featured, and they never got her mug on camera.
Everybody likes that movie, though. So
it's a great movie. I mean, I remember it well because of my mother being in it. And when I see it, I do see my mom from the back waiting for the elevator, and I still get a goosebump or 2.
There you go. So here's what we're going to do, you guys. We're going to play another music break. We're going to take a music break. We're going to play David Britt's To Hell With Your Love. It's doing great on the charts. Started getting played on major radio in like North Carolina and South Carolina. It's an awesome song. He's an awesome, awesome country artist. You got that ready for us, Chad?
To hell with your love.
All right, everybody.
And then we'll have
David
Deidre
Britt's
on.
To Hell With Your Love.
Let the clouds roll in, let the rain hit my face, let the memory of you just dissipate. Let the wind howl loud, let the tears stream and flow. Let me feel this pain so I can't let you go. There's not a drink, a pill, not a gun, not a knife to take away this pain that There's not a drink, a pill, not a gun, not a knife to take away this pain that you brought to my life. I'm gonna put on my cowboy boots and just settle up. Say to hell with your love. Say to hell with your love. Why did you say forever? What did you mean at all? Sparkle that you light it up and let me feel the fire. There's not a drink, a pill, not a gun, not a knife to take away this pain that you brought to my life. I'm gonna put on my cowboy boots and just settle up. There's not a way to kill, stop the air that it breathes. All of this hell that you left living inside me. I'm gonna put on my cowboy boots and just settle up. Say to hell with your love. 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 Say to hell with your love.
There you go, everybody. That's David Britz. To hell with your love. Now the Jimmy Star Show wants to welcome the Hollywood Vixen, Deirdre Sorego. What's up, Deirdre?
I'm back. Hi, everybody. How are you?
Jimmy,
Oh,
so
it's so
loud.
nice to be
Why does his mic always have to be
I don't
so
know, but I
loud?
thought I recognized that handsome, sexy guy on the video and that handsome,
That's
sexy
right.
voice, Mr. David Britt. If you're out there, hi, you were fabulous. So, what's up, chat room? Hi, everybody. Long time no see. I haven't heard or seen from you guys in so long because it's been so long since I've been
Well,
back
what have you
on.
been doing? You've been going to acting class and
Yes.
auditioning. Any
Yeah.
movies, any plays coming up?
No, nothing right now. I'm just pretty much just studying again and getting back into my training and really cultivating that. And, right now we're going into hiatus here in Philadelphia, so there's not much going on from now until right after probably first week of January. It'll pick up. So things are just wrapping up before Christmas, and then it's quiet time. Then it's Christmas and Hanukkah and all that good stuff. So
Yay!
yeah, and right now I'm healing because I cut my hand. I was after Thanksgiving I was wiping the wine glasses and I dropped one and it broke. The stem broke in my hand, so I had stitches and I had to go to emergency room for that, and that was really fun.
Lots. Fun.
Great. That was really, the highlight of my week. That, and I'm suffering again yet another sinus infection because I just keep getting sinus infections and I don't know why. All the time. Now that I moved back here to the East Coast, I keep getting sinus infections. It's
Well,
the
you have to
strangest
move
thing.
back to California.
Yeah, I was
'cause
saying
the-
you looked fantastic,
Thank
though,
you.
so thank you.
The
a ton of makeup.
California smog really does not. It
It
makes
preserves you.
I never had a sinus out there. The smog got it. I'm swearing to God, I'm not lying. Smog absolutely cures sinus.
So I made this concoction, which I highly recommend for anybody who is suffering from any form of cold, chest, throat, or head. It's hot water with your local raw honey, ginger, nutmeg, and lemon juice. And
You mean
boil
it's
it.
made with Bradley's backyard honey?
No, I had to use local because they say to use local because it's macrobiome.
Oh,
macro.
Not biotic.
something.
It's the other one. Not,
No.
Macro.
God,
not
I forget what it
biotic.
is.
Macro.
The one where you eat locally.
Right. Micro. Oh, geez.
Whichever
I can't
one
think
that
of
is.
it.
Macrobiotic.
There's
No.
micro and macro.
No,
I forget.
it's microbiotic or macro something.
Macrobiotic.
I don't know. Anybody out in the chat room
if
know
it's
what we're
crazy
talking
like
about?
me, it'll work.
There you go.
So, there you go. Just go get yourself some local crazy and take it, and that should help you. So, hi, chat room. Everybody's saying hello. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody's Thanksgiving for those in America who celebrate?
Do they not celebrate Thanksgiving everywhere?
No, it's
Jimmy,
an American. Oh, my God.
It's an
Are you
American
serious?
holiday. Jimmy, I'm sure. Are you would you graduate in your class?
6, but I wasn't really into
You
like the whole
gradu-
history thing.
That is awesome. You mean people in China don't celebrate Thanksgiving?
I know, because like I was wishing
Oh,
Happy Thanksgiving to
why?
everybody in England,
How
and like
come you guys don't celebrate it in
Oh.
Australia?
It's an American. Jimmy, I only did 2
Blink,
years
blink.
of college, and I know that. I never
Blink,
graduated.
blink.
I never graduated college because I
Really?
went to hairdressing school. But you,
What's Thanksgiving?
you didn't know Thanksgiving.
I actually no, I
He's
didn't.
so lucky. He's cute and he's got personality. He's got
Well, that's why I married him,
Doesn't have
because
brains, but
he's
he's got
cute,
brawn.
he's lovable, and he's a good mate.
And
let
if
me
you
tell
give me something with numbers, I can do it in my
Yes,
head.
See, there you go. Come tax season, Jimmy's awesome.
Come tax season or budget for movies or anything like that, I can do it in my head.
Jim, you have to lower your mic.
I can't go any lower.
You're so much louder than we are, and it's hurting my ear.
I think it's just your earbuds.
Yeah, I think your earbuds are too loud.
You think my earbuds?
Yeah.
Are
And
too
Goddess says she loves me. Thank you, Goddess.
Well, Goddess loves all of us because Goddess is cute.
But it says I freaking love Jimmy.
Oh, screw you, Goddess.
Really, Goddess? Excuse me.
Yeah, I never wanted to tell you, but you're fat, ugly, and disgusting.
He doesn't mean that. He's lying.
Instead of always saying how
No, she's
gorgeous you
beautiful.
are. No, she's fat, ugly, and disgusting.
No, she's gorgeous.
No, she's not. She's a horror. People see her and they scream. She empties out rooms when she enters.
She
and
really
she's so
is very
ugly.
beautiful, though. She's got the most magnificent eyes.
No, she does not.
She's got big, beautiful almondy eyes.
Well, she loves Jimmy, not me. So screw you, Goddess.
She writes you messages all the time.
Yeah.
Cindy says she loves all of us.
Oh, thank you, Cindy. She's smart. play all the fields, Cindy. There you go.
Goddess wrote I love you guys.
Girl.
Okay, that's better. Goddess was gorgeous and beautiful and terrific. And the only reason she clears a room is when she leaves. All the men leave with her.
Exactly, because she's so beautiful. No, she does have the most beautiful eyes, though. If anyone's ever seen on her Facebook page, you have to go look at her. I'm not going to give her Facebook page out unless she wants to, but she's got beautiful eyes.
Yes, she does.
She's really very sexy and exotic. But guess who got another? Well, okay, it's like baby season. A few people have had babies. Mark Zuckerberg had a baby. Josh Hartnett both had their first babies. Guess who got a second baby? Who's one of my favorite actresses?
I know the answer to this
I'll
because
give
I
everybody
actually
in the chat room a clue, and everybody listening and watching, I'll give you a clue, even though I can't hear your response. But I can't drive 55. Now, this is a sort of clue, but not really, because you're going to think the song. Don't think the song, Sammy Hagar, I can't drive 55. But think of a woman who can't drive 55.
Goddess got it.
Goddess, you go, girl. Goddess with the goddess eyes.
I knew it because I
Sandra
saw
Bullock.
it on TV earlier today.
Oh, my
Sandra Bullock doesn't know how to drive?
No, she got another baby.
I was trying to hint. That was my hint for when she was in that
Speed.
movie. Speed.
Oh,
exactly.
oh.
So Sandy
What a
has,
hint. What a hint.
Well,
Oh,
Goddess got it.
Yeah, a lot of people got it. So Sandy adopted another daughter through the American foster child system here in America, which is great. And she got a lovely little beautiful daughter named Layla, who's 3.5 years old, who's also from New Orleans. So now Lewis will have another New Orleans little sister.
I love Sandra Bullock.
Me too.
She's
I think
awesome.
She's amazing. And I
I
used to
do
go to the
also.
same waxing lady as her.
Deirdre,
Jay's
I
sister.
wanted to ask you, did you get any dirt on Angelina Jolie? Is it true that she's very ill and
have
that she's
no
lost
idea.
tremendous amounts of weight?
I have absolutely
That's what
no
it says
idea.
in the National
I
Enquirer.
don't talk to anybody from her camp anymore, so I
Well,
have
we
no
have to
idea.
find out because you know how much I love her.
Yeah, I know.
And I would never want anything to happen to her.
Of course not.
Who's Holland
But-
Taylor?
Okay, now get this. We all know Sarah Paulson from American Horror Story.
Yes.
She's the blonde one. She played in The Witch's Coven. She played Jessica
She's a
Lange's
two-headed.
daughter.
She's a two-headed.
She's a two-headed
people.
one in the circus, and in the third one now, I don't know who she is because I'm not watching it. But she is a lesbian, as we all know, and she and Holland Taylor, who Holland Taylor's been in quite a few movies. She's got an excellent resume. So if anybody wants to IMDb her or Google her, you can see she's 72. Holland Taylor and Sarah Paulson is 40.
That's awesome.
And Holland Taylor is on the record saying, quote, I am in my first ever relationship, end quote.
Oh my gosh, Holland Taylor is the
You know
law
her,
professor.
Holland Taylor, yes.
She's the law professor from Legally Blonde who like teams up with Reese
And
Witherspoon.
she's born in Pennsylvania.
I didn't know that she was a
Philadelphia, so
lesbian.
she's a here local girl. Yeah, she's
Oh
a
my god,
lesbian
I've been
too.
trying to get her on the
So
show.
then
That's
she
cool.
has another quote here saying, quote, I haven't come out because I am out. I live out, end quote. So we want to say bravo to Holland and Sarah Paulson. I think it's amazing that Holland Taylor is 72 and finally, you know, whether she's been out her whole life to her friends and family and in her own life, as she says, I live out, she's now publicly out for everybody.
But you know
to,
what cracks me up
to say
about
it.
that?
So,
You know, when I was a closet gay for most of my life, and then when I came out, everybody said, well, we knew that. And I said, you all knew I was gay? They
Well,
said,
that's a little bit different. You swish.
I don't swish. I don't swish. I was married for 16
it
years
just
to
got
a
real
woman.
on the Jimmy Stone Show.
And nobody ever questioned my sexuality. I'm an actor. I know how to act straight. a lot of work, but
Well, that's what being an actor is. You have to channel. You have to react.
But you know how good the training was to act straight. I mean, every day of my life I was in training.
She was in 2.5 Men too.
Oh, she's been in a ton of stuff.
I mean, so many of the actors that we know that are gay, who I will not discuss because they're not out. On film they're so different, but when you meet them, they're all faggy and flying and girly, and the girls are so dykey. Yet on screen they're all feminine and gorgeous. So I look at them and I say, doesn't it get you after a while acting so butch on screen, like Tab Hunter for one? And he said, sure it does. That's why we don't want to be on screen anymore. We retire and we come out. So now all the old actors are coming out like
all the old
crazy.
actors come out now, I think, because they don't have careers
and they don't care.
That they feel are going to possibly be in jeopardy. You're going to lose fans. The publicity is not going to go in the direction that you want, and it could potentially jeopardize
and
you.
they really don't care.
Which is sad.
They're fed up. Mostly the lesbian women are fed up having to pretend to be dating all these gay actors. Years ago, the studios did
and
that.
as being a woman in Hollywood or a woman actor, it's very difficult. We have it a lot tougher than men.
Here's our 6 degrees of separation for the day. Holland Taylor was in To Die For.
Oh, we have to talk about that with Illeana. That's one of my favorite movies.
So there we go.
Gus Van Sant movie. But
I think that's
so
awesome.
Excited to talk to her. I think she's a doll, and
it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm sure everything Greg has said about her is true. Because we all know we had Greg on. As a matter of fact, I think she's logging. Is she logging in?
No.
We had Greg Poehler on, who is the writer, producer, and also stars in.
What's going on with him?
Welcome to Sweden. He's actually doing. Greg, if you're listening, congratulations. English. Congratulations on your last day today. He's doing a new TV show. They're shooting up in Columbia, Vancouver, and I forget what it's called. If you're in the chat room, or if anybody that's a fan of his, please plug it away for me because I forget the name. Unfortunately, Welcome to Sweden.
It's called You, Me, Her.
You, Me, Her. That's Greg's new thing. When that gets going, we'll have Greg back on the show.
He was a nice fellow. I liked him.
I love Greg.
He was fun.
So much fun and so nice. And I really enjoyed his company on the show and after the show. So he has had nothing but nice things to say about Illeana.
Listen, his new show, You, Me, Her, centers around a 3-way romantic relationship involving a suburban married couple.
Ooh,
cool.
Sounds fun. Yeah, so he's like starring in it, which is great. And I'm super excited to see him back in action. And he's just had the best time, he said. He's really enjoyed it. He really loves the cast, and so it's something to look forward to.
I love it.
So that's good.
Yeah, and on sad news, since I've been homesick with this damn hand and this damn sinus infection, I've been like power watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh, please,
season.
Deirdre.
I know I never watch this kind of TV, but I'm so bored, and I've watched everything else. I'm watching River with Stellan Skarsgård.
I like that one.
I really enjoy with Stellan. We want you on the show.
Yes.
And so Yolanda Foster, who's married to David Foster, who you'll know because he's worked with so many people in the music industry. They're divorcing after 9 years together, but 4 years of marriage, which I was very upset to see because I just watched them go on vacation together as a loving couple. Of course, that was last year.
Well, look at Jennifer, what's her name, and him, the other guy.
Ben Affleck and Jen
now
Garner.
they're back again. They're romancing. Well, they're romancing. They're not.
Good.
They are.
I hope so.
I don't know
liked
what's
them
going on.
together. I hope they can work their issues out. I hope changes can be made.
But don't you miss living in L.A.? You used to go to all the parties. You used to get all the inside dirt. Don't you miss all the movie stars you knew?
Wait, there's a mosquito in the studio. Great.
Oh, great.
Yeah, no, I do miss it. But the first couple of times, it's really fun. But then after a while, it's just kind of like, Well,
it's work. I look at it as work. I meet stars all the time. I don't get thrilled or carry on like the audience
and then
does.
You just realize,
it's
they're
work.
just like us.
Of course they're like us.
But it is still exciting to see because, they're on TV. So there is sort of
I just want to meet Fran Drescher.
That bit of
I have to meet
star
Fran.
luster. Oh, there she is.
So hello, everybody. We want to welcome Illeana Douglas to the Jimmy Star. Hello, welcome. Uh-oh, I don't think she can hear me. Can she hear me?
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me, Illeana? We're going to do that again. Turn your volume up. Can you hear? There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay! Hold on. We're going to do that intro again so we can cut that part out. All right.
Back to one.
All right. Back to one, everybody. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome the fabulous Illeana Douglas to the Jimmy Star Show. Welcome. Yay!
Hi, guys.
Hey, lady.
Before we get started, let me introduce everybody. Starting out to my far right, we have our cool, outrageous man about town, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hi, Ron.
My darling, listen to this. I have interviewed the greatest of greatests, and I've been excited, but not as excited as I am today. Meeting you, and I'll discuss it later, because I think you are the woman of the year. What you do for women in film and what you do for equality in directing, my darling, makes my heart sing, because my very dear friends are women in film, and we'll discuss that later on. So please, so welcome to our show.
Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Then we have our Hollywood vixen, Deirdre Sorego.
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
I'm super excited to talk to you. 'Cause
Yeah.
Greg speaks so highly of you, and we had such a great time in Sweden. I only wish you had been there too, but I wish
I
had
know. It was,
been there when you guys were filming.
yes. It was a great show.
Then we have the man behind the boards that you can't see, but you can hear, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Welcome to the show.
Hi. Nice to see you.
And we have
See me.
that see you and hear you, yes. And we have a chat room full of people. So say
Awesome.
hello to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, guys. Nice to
Chat with you.
I'm seeing you. I'm hearing. I'm seeing. I'm doing it all.
There you go. And I'm Jimmy Starr. We want to welcome you to the show. We're very excited. And I think what we're going to do, I have all kinds of things because you've done so many. Look at all the posters, everybody, behind her, too. Just so you see, she's got the old movie posters, one of them with the Frank Sinatra. What are the two posters for?
Well, I have about 50 posters, but the one to my left is Some Came Running, which is a great movie, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Shirley MacLaine. And then on this shoulder is Jules and Jim. And if I tilt a little bit that way, there's my grandmother's poster, She, which is pretty. But I've got quite a few.
I love it. So I'm gonna do some bragging for you, just because I think it's fun, and I want all the listeners, in case somebody doesn't know who you are,
Okay.
I want to just kind of do a little quick rundown, so everybody knows who you are. So when we're talking about all these cool things, they'll know how great you are. And what a great career you've had. So first of all, I just want to say, because I do this we just did this with Brett Rice. We had him on, and he's doing stuff with Clint Eastwood right now. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to give a list of. Now, I know you've worked with a zillion people. I just picked out a list of some of them because there's way too many of them. And so I just thought these are all people everybody knows, and they'll think it's really cool. So we've got Jerry Lewis, Nicole Kidman, Matt Dillon, Steve Buscemi, Scarlett Johansson. I like Bob Balaban a lot, so I put him in there. I don't know if everybody will know who he is. Rosamund Pike, Ben Affleck, Richard Dreyfuss, Jessica Lange, Paul Sorvino, who's been on the show, Joe Pesci, Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro. A really good friend of Ron's is Lainie Kazan.
Yes. Oh, I've worked with Lainie. Yes.
Love Lainie. Love her.
Uzo Aduba from Orange is the New Black, which she's just awesome. Yeah. Nick Nolte, Juliette Lewis, Robert Mitchum, Gregory Peck, Annette Bening, Vanessa Redgrave, Jennifer Aniston, Kevin Bacon, and Olympia Dukakis. And I know there's a million more, but I just can't do that all day, because we don't.
Dylan, Ethan Hawke, Steve Zahn.
Yeah, don't forget to add, and now Ron Russell.
And now Ron Russell.
And some of the great films, Goodfellas, Cape Fear, Alive, Happy Texas. I love Happy Texas. Ghost World. I love Ghost World. And I had to put the TV show Welcome to Sweden. I know you have. Yes. And I know you have this new thing that I was on your website, which Illeana's website is illeanadouglas.com. And one of the things I want to talk about, and then also talk about your book, but you have this thing called the Living Room Show. It is the coolest concept I've ever seen.
It's really fun. It's kind of a throwback, a new way to do entertainment. I perform a live variety show in a complete stranger's living room. We do this for charity. I joined forces with Matt Sorum, who is drummer with Guns N' Roses, and he's got a fantastic charity called Adopt the Arts, and we do it all for charity. And we get like 100, 120 people in a living room, and we have amazing celebrities come sing, tell a joke. We have magic, comedians. It's been so successful that because I work with Turner Classic Movies, we did our first living room show on the TCM cruise, and I was able to use some of the people on the cruise like Ruta Lee, Eva Marie Saint, and Alex Trebek. So it's just a really fun variety show.
I love it. I think the concept is cool, and I know Daryl Hall does that too. I don't know if you know Daryl Hall on John Oates, where he does like impromptu. He has like a thing called like the Living Room with Daryl Hall or something, but it's just music. It's not a variety show. And,
we've got magicians. That's what sets us. Because for me, growing up, as a family, watching these old variety shows, the Smothers Brothers and Glenn Campbell, that to me, it's a throwback to getting everybody in a living room, turning off your phone. We do a group sing along at the end.
I saw Jane Lynch was in one of them. Like in the pictures, Jane Lynch. I love Jane Lynch. She's awesome.
Yes, Jane's done the show. Kate Flannery. We've had Andy Kindler, Kevin Pollak, all sorts of people doing the show. It's been amazing. Lisa Loeb.
It's super cool. Oh, I love Lisa Loeb. She follows me on Twitter. So everybody check it out. First of all, go to IlleanaDouglas.com. And another thing, too, follow at Illeana Rama on Twitter. Yes. That way, you can find out what's going on. So so you have a new book. It's called I Blame Dennis Hopper.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and I wrote down just one little thing, and then you tell us a little bit about it. It says, from Easy Rider, taking Dennis Hopper's words, that's what it's all about, man, to heart. Yes. Your parents abandoned their comfortable upper middle class and gave you a childhood filled with hippies, goats, free spirits, and free love.
Come on. It was the greatest. Well, spoiler alert, by the end of the chapter, it's kind of, it talks about my coming of age, and then how by the end of it, it's sort of, I go from blaming Dennis Hopper for my circumstances to, hey, don't blame me, blame, if I'm this way, blame Dennis Hopper, because he was such a, the movie Easy Rider in 1969 changed so many people's lives. And I'm writing about a time in movies when movies could really, change your lives, and we had this whole crazy kind of hippie upbringing, and which led me into acting. And then I was lucky enough to grow up being an actress, and then get cast in a film with Dennis Hopper playing my father figure type lover. So I could totally work out all of my blaming of him. And that story and many others are told in the book, and they're just stories about how movies and movie stars that I've come in contact with have changed my life, and it's written from a film fan's perspective because I'm kind of a film fanatic.
There you go. And so also then you're promoting that this weekend with Film Forum in New York City.
Yeah, we're going to do a fantastic event at Film Forum, which is a wonderful cinema in New York that I've, been to many times. I'm being interviewed by Kent Jones, who actually has a film out today about Alfred Hitchcock. And I'm going to have a couple special, what I've been having is friends that are in the movies that I'm reading about come down and read a passage from the book. So Kevin Corrigan from Goodfellas is going to come down and read a little bit about Goodfellas.
That's fun. So also, you guys, This is Sunday, December 6th, 2:30 p.m. It's at Film Forum, which is 209 West Houston Street. Is it Houston Street or Houston Street?
Houston.
It's Houston Street.
Okay, I got it right. I didn't know because I just wanted to make sure I'm checking to see what everything.
So it's where New York is. It's Houston.
209 West Houston Street. I said that first. New York, New York. And if you guys want to get tickets or call the box office, it's 212-727-8110.
Yes, and there's all sorts of listings, too. If you look on my Facebook page, I've got an I Blame Dennis Hopper Facebook page. You can go and see all sorts of updates about our Easy Rider book tour.
I also read someplace, I don't know where it was, something about how you got some of your first acting roles by screaming in something for Martin Scorsese.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's funny. This is the second go round for me of getting mileage out of that story because this story was so. I guess there was no internet then, but I was working for a film publicist, and I had on my resume special skills, blood curdling screams. And that got me into doing some dubbing for the film Last Temptation of Christ because they were working on it in the movie. And at the time, and this led to, my working with Martin Scorsese and getting other parts. And it was funny, at the time, my film publicist, the publicist I worked for, Peggy Siegel, had that item placed in the New York Post. And so I love that I'm recycling this story, but it's all true. That is, I got I went doing movies sort of in a sideways manner.
So
Okay.
when we watch Last Temptation of Christ, we're going to hear your blood-curdling screams?
Absolutely. I'm all over there. I'm doing crowd voices. I'm doing the screams. Yes. Don't ask me to scream because I'm on my book tour. I can't lose my voice.
Scream, but you can't.
So,
any chance
you don't want to hear it. It's terrible.
Are you coming to Philadelphia for your book tour?
Oh God, I would love to come to Philadelphia. I know I'm going to Connecticut, and if you can organize some people who want to send me there, I would love to come there. I love Philadelphia, and I have worked in Pittsburgh, and also IKEA headquarters are in Conshohocken. So
yes, we go to IKEA all the time.
That would be really funny if we couldn't get the book signing at IKEA.
I know. Well, I thought about that. I thought about if we want to stack the bookshelves at IKEA with my book. It might be fun.
That's a good idea.
And if you're in Philadelphia, you must
Good PR.
Yeah.
Is my mic on?
No.
My mic's
What happened?
not on. I don't know. My mic's not on.
There
Here we
you
go.
go.
Here we go.
Ta-da.
And if you're in Philadelphia, and when you do come to Philadelphia, you'll come to our home. I will cook you an authentic Italian meal.
Okay. Well, now that's what would you cook? Now I don't eat.
I know you're a vegan. Are you
Well,
a
I'm not a vegan. I'm a vegetarian.
Your
A
favorite
pescatarian.
I could make you my famous eggplant parmigiano.
Yes, I would love
And
that.
that I could make beautiful. I could do a number that you would flip over.
Okay.
Because I also don't eat much meat. I'm not a vegetarian, but I lean towards it.
Yes, I
I'd love
eat
to get
fish.
to know you better than just here, because there are so many issues that I want to discuss with you.
Sure.
And we have so much in common, and it will unfold as I interview you in a
Okay.
little while.
Are we related?
I could start.
You are
Okay.
related. You didn't realize it. There's
Well,
6 degrees
well,
of Hollywood.
Kind of
separation.
looks-
If you cannot pronounce her name, Illeana, and you think it's a strange name, she was named after a Romanian princess. Am I correct? And her mother was from Astoria, Queens, where I was from. Astoria.
Oh, you're from Astoria? Yeah, the best.
And your mother worked at Gertz, but not in Astoria. It was Gertz in Flushing, where
Yes.
I used to go shopping with friends, and we'd have ice cream sodas and that melted thing, cheese melts. And,
Yes.
and possibly your mother, who was one of the cafe gals, served us.
It was my grandmother. Now
Grandmother.
she didn't.
Okay, grandmother.
She
Now,
worked
your mother-
mainly in when my grandmother worked there. She worked mainly in like housewares or women's clothing or something like that. But I used to go with her in the morning, and I'd spend the whole day riding up and down the escalators. All the ladies would convene, and in the basement, that's when they had things that had little chips on them, and all the
place to go. The big tables thrown all over. Okay.
Yes.
Now, not too many people know this actor that I'm going to discuss because he was from quite a while ago, but my mother loved him. My mother was an actress, Jenny Gabriel, and she loved all the leading men, especially if they worked with Greta Garbo. Melvin Douglas worked with Garbo twice.
She knows
Yes.
him.
Well, I'm going to get there. Wait, don't blow.
Oh,
don't,
that's so
wait,
funny. You
Stop
guys
it.
have
Stop it. You're stepping on my button. Don't. Don't. That's my button. Melvin Douglas made 2 films. One was Two-Faced Woman with Greta Garbo, and the other one was Ninotchka. And he also made a film with Cary Grant and Myrna Loy called Mr. Blanding Builds Dream Home, which is one of my favorite movies. And his name is the famous Melvin Douglas, who was the heartthrob of the 30s and the 40s. Well, this is his granddaughter by the same name, Douglas. I also liked Melvin Douglas, and I've got to tell you something. When I see you, I'm going to put a mustache on you because you look just like your grandfather. Amazing. You have the same mouth-shaped eyes and face. I mean, it's a generation away, and you look like Melvin Douglas, which is a compliment because he was a very, very handsome man and a fine actor too. He was a low-profile, soft kind of an actor. He didn't push it on you. He let it roll out.
natural.
Now I want to find out about it from you because this is a set the record question from my old show.
Wait. Let me introduce that.
Oh, he's going to introduce that. Good.
Okay, so because I don't know how you know, like Ron had a TV show in L.A. on Time Warner Cable, and it was called Set the Record Straight. He interviewed like all the legends, like Tab Hunter, Jane Russell, Lauren Bacall, Tony Curtis, Arlene Dahl, all those kind of people. And he always asked a question like to set the record straight, something that was like incorrect or that people thought it was one way, but it was really another way. And that was how he got the title Set the Record Straight. So now he's going to do it, Set the Record Straight on you.
Well, just one story. I asked Jane Russell, what size bra were you in 1940? And she said a 36B. And I said, and for that, they made such a big deal?
Yeah, that's like
and, you know,
average.
She said, well, that was a big-chested woman in 1940. That's the kind of questions I asked on my show. I asked the questions that nobody dared to ask, but the questions everybody want to know about. Now, I'm going to ask you, to set the record straight, is there anything said about you, written about you, or publicized about you that is totally incorrect? And let's talk about Martin Scorsese and your love affair with him. Is that a correct thing?
Well, that was many years ago, but we were in a relationship many years ago, and and it was a fantastic relationship, and I learned so much, and he was obviously very much a mentor for me, and I admire his films and his film work, and I still do, and our paths cross on Turner Classic Movies, and I'm very proud and thrilled to talk about the film partnerships that we worked on. Movies like Grace of My Heart and Search and Destroy with Dennis Hopper. But it was many years ago, and my other boyfriends always get upset because they never get met.
Okay.
Well,
tell us who they are.
Wait, hang on. Well, after all, Martin.
There's not enough time to list all my boyfriends. Come on.
Martin Scorsese is a very important name. I want to tell you something. He's still handsome.
Yeah,
at age, 80 now? 70? He's probably my age. I'm 75. He's got to be my age at least.
Well, that's my joke. I like older men because
Me too.
They tire easily. So that's
why Jimmy and I got married, because Jimmy likes older men.
I like older men too, and we're married, and
that's why I married Jimmy, because he's 25 years older.
And I like anyone.
I like any man.
I love it.
Also, let's get back to women in film. My shooter, my camera gal, I've always had women shoot my show, by the way, because I felt the sensitivity of a woman. They know the moment better than a lot of guys. Guys are very quick. They want to get the shot. They're kind of rough. But when a woman shoots you and you're in a sensitive area of the interview, she knows how to get the best camera angles out of you, I feel. Yes. I love women in film. My shooter's name is Stephanie Pote. Maybe you know her.
No, I do not.
She shot for Time Warner in Palm Springs forever.
Uh-huh.
And the other one is Nicole Bordenick, who is also a shooter and with women in film. Oh. I so agree with you that Hollywood has ignored directors that are women. You tell me why they do that. Is it because they're chauvinist or just stupid?
It's obviously it's complicated. It's almost, now we have these moments where we're talking about it. And again, people are talking about it now very much. I go back to, with my role on TCM and Trailblazing Women in Film, of presenting the films as entertainment and then kind of examining why aren't there more women directors working right now. And, we're trying to figure that out right now. We're trying to figure out, should there be mandatory requirements? Because in my career, I've worked with about 7 or 8 female directors, but I have also sought out female directors.
Right.
Maybe not everybody else does. We don't know if there's some stigma attached to people wanting to work with a female director. And yet, as much as, when men work with female directors, Giancarlo Giannini and Lena Wertmuller, they have these fantastic collaborations. And but we're in a period right now where everybody's talking about it and trying to get those numbers up of 2% of female directors up. I've been pushing really hard with I keep bringing up the AFI Top 100 list, and that since its inception, it's never had a film directed by a woman on it.
Wow.
It's one of those things that we just forget. We look at these movies, but we don't realize that there is not a film there directed by a woman. And on some of their other lists, like their comedy lists, there are, maybe 2. There's Sleepless in Seattle by Nora Ephron. Right. And Fast Times at Ridgemont High. But again, we forget that these movies are actually directed by women.
I knew Betty Davis pretty well. Mm-hmm. And Betty and I were talking one time at lunch, and we were just talking about Ida Lupino. And I said to her, what'd you think of Ida Lupino as a director? And Betty Davis said, well, I wouldn't want her to direct me. I said, why? You don't think she's a good director? She said, no, I think she's a wonderful director. But I don't want another female telling me how to direct myself as being a female. She said, I'm a woman. I know who I am. And I don't need another woman, And she said, some of the bitch is what she really said. Well, Betty had a mouth, Betty, like a sailor. Betty said, I don't need some other bitch telling me how to play evil or whatever. Do you think that's the reason why women stars today don't want a woman director? Because they push their personality in.
I think so, and I think that that can sometimes be the case. I think that people don't realize, I work as a director, as a writer, and as a producer, and I think that sometimes they feel that women are going to be inflexible, and in fact, I find women to be much more collaborative than some of the male directors that I've worked with. Male directors have very much a sense of the shots that they want to do, and that's what they want to do.
And go through it quickly.
Yeah, and
the machismo attitude. Whereas women will be sensitive and they'll say, I think that scene didn't play well simply because his reaction to her reaction was not realistic. Whereas most men go, yeah, he's macho, so he smacked her, so what? I think that's kind of rougher.
Yeah.
So maybe you're breaking a stereotype then, a reason to break.
She's doing wonderful when she does. No, she does that.
Paving the way.
She does she does the Blazing Woman.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Yeah, the
Trailblazing Women.
Right on TCM, and I would love that when you come on in that beautiful blue dress and you look so gorgeous and so damn skinny. I mean, boy, are you thin and just so beautiful. Those eyes are like beacons. Those beautiful big brown eyes. And when you talk about this, I get so happy. Because I have so many friends that are female that are in this business who are frustrated because they don't get the recognition or the work that they deserve to get. And I think you're doing a brilliant job with that, and I so applaud you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I love talking about some of these classic films and getting, this opportunity to interview people, not just women, but people like Jerry Lewis and Richard Dreyfuss, and we're just we're not remembering how much these people contributed to our film industry.
It's history.
Yeah,
and history must be kept forever. Just think now, if 300 years ago they had film, how fascinating would it be to see people 300 years ago and their lifestyle and what they were doing?
Yes.
Film, right now, kids. Betty, what the hell is her name? Lauren Bacall, who I knew. Lauren said to me, Ron, a film is only old after you've seen it. And I agree with her. Mm-hmm. Two things I want to say before I turn you over to Deirdre to talk.
Sure.
One is the best compliment I've ever gotten, and I want you to pass this along to Robert Osborne, is someone wrote to me on my page saying, Ron, you are to web shows what Robert Osborne is to TV. I have been working with the film stars of yesteryear. Arlene Dahl and I were trying to get stars on Broadway in New York the way we have in Hollywood, because every movie star started on Broadway and went to Hollywood. I'm so involved with film of yesteryear. It's history. It shows people's clothing, how they live, their lifestyles, their morality, even their way of acting. And yet, when people see it in black and white, they say, colorize it. Or like if it's in CinemaScope, chop it down. No, that's reproducing it. A redirect. Right. Leave it the way they were. Please tell Robert Osborne that I've never met him, but I will when we move back to California. And I intend to walk up to him and give him the biggest hug he's ever gotten. And say to him, Robert, thank you so much for what you have done for the art of film, because you have brought it to the attention of everyone. Your show is a hit. You've got young people. I mean, I do a lot of lectures on old films at colleges and stuff. Mm-hmm. And sad thing is, I had one kid, I was talking about Barbra Streisand, and he had a blank look on his face. I said, do you know who she is? He said, no, but I've heard of her. And I thought to myself, how sad is this? In Europe, the young people listen to opera that Puccini wrote 300 years ago, and they know every character. American people dispose of it. They throw it away. Oh, it's old. It's 1940 film. Bullshit. Some of the best work has been done in the 1940s, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, in my book, again, I go out of my way to talk about people like Rudy Valley, Roddy McDowell.
Roddy was wonderful.
Yes, but I mean, I have a whole chapter, which is called Uncle Roddy, and just about the contributions that he's made, not only to my life, but in his work with the Motion Picture Fund. He was doing film preservation, back in the 60s before anybody was doing it.
Yes,
and we just start to forget about these people and their contributions. And I hope that my role in writing the book is to be a film, is to be an advocate of film, but from a movie fan's perspective.
And again, everybody, the name of the book is "I Blame Dennis Hopper," and you can get it at Barnes and Noble. Yeah. Where can we get the book? I want to put that in there so people listening hear it in the middle on the replays.
Well, I know how I'm getting mine.
Hang on.
No, let me finish. She
said
one signed.
Yes.
Will you please? I'll gladly pay for it, but send it to me and write a lovely sentiment in it.
Absolutely.
I love you. I think you're fabulous. I really do love you.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
Let's go back, though. Go back to tell people. Okay, so Barnes & Noble, are we at all the digital download sites? Where are we selling?
We're at all the digital download sites. You can, of course, pick it up on Amazon. I hope that everybody gets the hard copy.
Because yes, of course. Nobody does soft anymore.
No, he's not digital. He's
digital. Oh, don't you?
A lot of people get the Kindle, but it's come on, get that. Read those books.
Are you out in audiobook format?
I'm coming out in audiobook in December 22nd.
Okay, I was just going to pitch it because I have a really large audiobook company.
Oh, really?
But that's okay. At least it's coming out because we want everybody to get. Yeah, book number 2. You can go
number 2. But this first one is released through Tantor Media, and that's also available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, many other sites. Or your local bookstore. Call your local bookstore and have them order the book. And hopefully, especially with Barnes and Noble, I would love to come to more cities. And if you ask your Barnes and Noble, they'll set it up so I can include you in my tour.
For the Philadelphia one, I'm going to work on that.
Please.
We may do one for New Hope. Because New Hope is a very big gay community, and Jimmy and I are very involved in the gay community. And I know that everybody that's gay watches Turner Classics. There's no question about that. I mean, that's like Fairy Haven. You go to somebody's house, and they throw on, if the conversation's slow, they throw it on, and there's Marilyn Monroe or Betty Davis. And all the queens are screaming, and they know the dialogue. I mean, the movie's
it's like
on.
watching theater while watching a movie. I mean, it's great.
One queen will say, why ask for the moon? We've already the stars, and the other one has the other line. So we have a lot of fun with Turner Classics.
Let's go back real quick with the whole, because Ron, before we started talking about Martin Scorsese, he asked you if there was anything that you wanted to set the record straight with. Is there anything any rumors or anything that have been printed that you're like, oh, that's not true?
Illeana, set the record straight.
I can't think of it. I've had fun experiences working with everybody. Sometimes there are things that are made up, but what are you gonna do? It's
now you can clean it up.
You could say, no, I'm really I
would say that the best thing is always to go to my website, IlleanaDouglas.com, and that'll be the most truthful kind of real life experience written, by me of my actual life, not anonymous writing.
Well, we can also set the record straight about your mother working in in Astoria. Gertz was in Flushing, Main Street, Flushing, if you remember.
Yes. Well, that was something that
But IMDb has it that she worked in Astoria, Queens. She was from Astoria. Where was she from in Astoria? I was from 11th Street and 34th Avenue. Down near the East River, right near Rainey Park and Astoria Park.
Oh God, now I'm blanking on it. Because they lived on when they first came to America, they lived on 29th Street and in Manhattan, and then they moved to Astoria. But I'm blanking on the
Astoria was nice back then. It was farms and lakes. It was country, very country.
Yeah, it was
we moved
beautiful.
There in 1944.
It's beautiful. And I still have relatives there.
Cool!
You're kidding?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I still go. One of the best bakeries in the. I think it's Lagula. Is it?
Oh,
Lagulia's.
Lagulia's. We get all our Christmas pastries there. I drive in from.
Oh God, yeah, we had that.
I drive from New Hope right into Ditmars Boulevard.
Yeah.
And I go into Lagulia's pastries, and
that's
of course they're like $3 each. They used to be a quarter, but now they're $3 each. And I get my pastries for Christmas.
Yeah.
all
And
my time.
because my grandmother lived with me, she moved after my grandfather had passed away. She moved in with me, which is a funny sitcom in itself. But whenever she would cook, we'd have to take the subway to get all of our cheese and our mozzarella. Everything had to come from there, and all our lasagnas that we made. Did you guys ever make? My grandmother used to make this thing which she called a colombra. It was kind of like a bread with salami in it and hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, that we call it different. It's called
like a stromboli.
Stromboli.
Oh, that's what you call she for whatever reason called it a colombra.
Well, where was she from? What part of Italy?
From the Acciatura region. Acciatura, is that?
I don't know where that is.
That's in. It's like southern. It's and I'm going to say it wrong, but it's like Basilicata.
Bassa in Italia. Bassa in Italia. Bassa in Italia means low Italy.
It's in the mountains, like in the heel of the boot. Does that?
Okay, in the heel. Okay, so that's
okay, so
Italy.
it's Barese.
That's like by Abruzia, right?
No, Barese. That's Barese. Calabrese and Barese is in the heel.
Oh, that's the heel.
Napolitan is in the middle. Sicilian is what the boot is kicking.
Right.
You know that?
The point.
The island of Sicily. If you look at the boot.
Sorry, Sicilians.
That's what they say.
It's okay. And I have other relatives who live in Verona, which is
well, that's where we're from.
Yep.
We're from.
Quite beautiful.
My cousin Cindy's is right now in our chat room, and we're from the Nero family, and that's where we come from, Verona.
Yeah.
My grandmother was Verona.
She actually's in the chat room, and she says Basilicata is south of Naples.
Oh,
that's it.
Yeah.
Basilicata.
Okay.
That's it.
So you're Napolitan.
Yes, that's the region. I actually visited there, many years ago. I'd love to go back, but Italy's the best.
It is.
And she wants to know, what's the bakery's name again?
Laguli. Laguli on Ditmars Boulevard and 31st Street. You got to take the BMT subway to the last stop, Ditmars, get off and walk down south towards the river, and it's on the right-hand side, right opposite, down the block from the church. What's the church where everybody got married?
I don't know.
And we all got married in that church. I forgot the name of it.
Some guinea.
Yeah,
let's go from Italy to Sweden.
Yes.
Yes.
But real quick, I just want to tell you, Illeana, and for everybody else listening, if you're going to be in New York from now until Christmas, go and I will tweet you the link. They brought all the old subway cars. Oh, you told her already?
No, not her.
The link.
From the 30s. We can actually ride the old subway cars that our grandparents. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's
really nice to do around the holidays.
We're going in to see the tree, my kids and Jimmy and I.
And we're going to ride the subway, the old subway.
I remember the straw seats.
Yeah, I'll tweet you and I'll
remember
I'll
the straw
seats?
seats?
On it,
you know why? Because when I was living in New York in the 1980s, someone had thrown out on the street one of the straw seats from the subway.
God, loved it.
Oh, wow.
And I have kept it all these.
Good for you. That was awesome.
I have lugged that thing around. I have it as a bench, but I always point it out to everyone. I say, you know what that is? It's a subway seat.
I love
part of our history as New Yorkers.
You know that Illeana's parents were like hippies.
Yeah, I know.
So that's because of Easy Rider.
I've never seen Easy Rider. I have to see it now.
Oh, you have to see it.
Film about a motorcycle guy who gets shot on a motorcycle by these crazy.
I'm going to see it. All right, let's go to Sweden.
Yeah. All right. So is this your first time going to Sweden when you were shooting in Sweden?
Yes. Well, it's ironic because I was doing my web series sponsored by IKEA called Easy to Assemble. And we didn't shoot it in Sweden, but I got very influenced by Swedish culture. And we were using Swedish actors in the show. And so I got to know via email, it's a great thing about the internet, the Swedish agent. And I wrote her and I said, if anything ever comes up, I'd love to go to Sweden.
I'm going to do that.
And then this show came up and, I spoke to Greg Poehler, who is just an absolute doll. And I just said, yes, this sounds fantastic. So I played his mom and the wonderful Patrick Duffy plays my husband, and I adored him. And I worked with Lena Olin and the show, some fantastic Swedish actors. And we did the show for 2 seasons. Unfortunately, it did not get picked up. It was a huge hit in Sweden, but I got to find some other show that wants me because I love Sweden. It's the best.
Did too.
When you do, I want to audition for a small role because I'm an actor as well. But
yes,
funny thing of how the whole Sweden thing came to be. I was in a Barnes and Nobles, the one I'm going to try to get you in Philadelphia, and I was traveling just kind of perusing the travel section. I'm like, I want to go away on vacation internationally. I just don't know where I want to go. I've been to a lot of countries. So these women were talking about Italy, and then we were talking, and I said, "Oh, I've been to Italy, ladies. And we're kind of recommending." And then they asked me, "Have you been to Sweden?" And I said, "No, I haven't." And they said, "Oh, you should go. It's great." Blah blah blah. So that kind of planted the seed. So then I went home, and this was about September of last year, and I was googling airfares, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's like $600 round trip from New York to Sweden. Like this is great, $600. Boom, bought the ticket. I was turning 40, and I'll be honest with my age. I don't care. Yes, I'm 40. And in April. So then the same women that same day that were telling me about Sweden said, "Have you seen the show Welcome to Sweden?" And I said, "No. What is this?" They said, "Oh my God, it's excellent. We've been to Sweden on work a million times. You have to see it. It's so true. It's Greg Poehler, Amy Poehler's little brother." And I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, great." So then I watched the first season and I fell in love with it. And I was like, oh my God. Number one, I think I was Nordic in a past life because I'm so drawn to Scandinavian culture. And I said, this is like hysterical. I love it. It's got some of my favorite characters.
And she thinks all those Skarsgårds are really hot.
I love all the Skarsgårds. Another great production of Sweden. And I'm like, oh my God, this is great. So then somehow Greg Poehler, I was tweeting about Welcome to Sweden. And Greg starts following me on Twitter. And I was like, oh my God, no way. The writer, producer, and like one of the stars is that's so cool. So I followed back and I'm like, hi, da da da. I'm a radio show host. At that time, I was doing this with these guys every week. So we became friendly. And then I was like, I'm going to be in Sweden for my 40th birthday, which was Wednesday, April 22nd, which was also the show. And I said, I would love to interview you. And he was like, absolutely. Just let me know when and where. I'll be in town. We'll be done shooting by then because otherwise I would have done it on set if I could have. But yeah, it was just so cool. And he just raved about you.
He was he did. He was really
loved
complimentary.
You guys, and not just like bullshit either. Not like, oh yeah, I love my cast member. And he like legitimately, at least the way it seemed to me, he legitimately cares.
He was so nice to Deirdre. He really was affectionate.
He took me out
and he gave her a birthday present on the air. Wasn't that sweet?
He's so sweet.
Wrapped present on the air.
All these like little Swedish trinkets. He's like, I don't know what to get you at 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, he's such he's a real sweetheart. He's I adored, as I said, working on the show was one of the most fun projects I'd done just in a long time. I thought that the writing was very interesting and the acting. Well, getting to act in another country, seeing how they work, and they have such respect for actors and artists. Again, I wrote about the experience in my book. They took me to the Swedish Film Institute, and I love Ingmar Bergman, so they showed me some of his diaries to look at. I'm dying to find an excuse to go back there. It's great.
Too. I'm like, 41st birthday? I might have to go back.
And the book she's talking about is called I Blame Dennis Hopper.
Yes. And Illeana,
thank you.
Illeana, when they play your grandfather, Melvin Douglas's movies on Turner, will you be sitting with Bob discussing them?
Well, I have done that before. Yes. In fact, the way I came about working with TCM was first being asked to introduce some films of my grandfather. And so now it's been this incredible relationship now, getting to actually work with them and curate some of the films. And so hopefully they made him, last year he was Star of the Month in April, so that was really exciting. Cool. So there's a lot of his films that, I'm always excited to hear. Sally Field was talking about being there, and
that's terrific. She's doing a great job.
Yeah, and The Candidate. But I love talking about his movies. On the cruise, I interviewed Kate McMurray, who's the daughter of Fred McMurray, and we introduced a film called Too Many Husbands that I had never seen with my grandfather and Fred McMurray, and it's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. It's a revelation. Too Many Husbands. Claudette not her. Oh my goodness, the Jean Arthur. Jean Arthur.
Yeah. She played a lot, but your grandfather, as I said, was a comedian, but he was subtle.
Yes.
So very subtle. He'd smoke his pipe and he'd frown and look at you with that sideways look. I wish you would give me some dirt on Garbo because, I worked as a hairdresser in La Jolie Femme in Sutton Place when I was young as an actor starting off. And Garbo lived there. We were on 50. Yes. I think Garbo was 40 or whatever. My boss comes to the back where we are. And she said, Garbo's here. She wants her bangs cut. And her partner is going to cut the bangs. And all of you better behave. Well, the minute Garbo came back, all the hairdressers threw down their combs and scissors, ran over. Miss Garbo, Mrs. Garbo. Well, she made the fastest U-turn out of that salon and never came back. My boss was screaming. She said, you stupid fags, don't you realize that Garbo? She said that Garbo could have been here. We could have gotten that press out. That's wrong with you. What's wrong with you? They were furious. And my friend Frankie Montfort, who was a crazy colorist, he used to imitate Betty Davis all the time. So what does he do when he sees Garbo? He does Betty Davis. I mean, it was a freak show. Totally.
Wow. When I went to school at the neighborhood playhouse, which was, I believe, like 52nd or 53rd Street, there, yeah, and we saw her a couple times, and there was somebody in my class, and who was Swedish, and he spoke Swedish to her. We couldn't believe it, but she spoke to him. But we never, nobody. That was the only interaction that we ever.
She wasn't very friendly.
No, but there was a bakery that was nearby again. I'm bringing it back to food.
That had really good bread.
No, I'm telling you. Of course, I can't remember the name. It was right near the neighborhood playhouse, and it was a French bakery, very small. And again, apparently, she went there. We did see, and he was very talkative. Van Johnson used to go in there and get.
I used to go to parties at his. He lived at 407 because they named it 4 out of 7 were gay. and Johnson and his lover, boyfriend, who I forgot his name, was a lovely, lovely fellow. And nobody believed that Van Johnson was gay. And I would say, listen, I never slept with the guy, but I've been to his house about 3 or 4 times at parties. And believe me, Van Johnson is quite gay. And Van John, he was going blind, by the way, when I was at his last party. He wasn't doing very well. He was one of the most charming.
Yeah.
Always drunk, but if he was not drunk, even when he was drunk, he was charming. He was a charming guy. Very handsome, even as an old man. He was
very sweet to us. We would
very kind.
We saw him at the bakery numerous times. He was always very sweet to us. And too bad we didn't have our phones then. We couldn't take pictures.
Oh, that's funny. So wait,
I want to make it. So many people have said to me, do you have pictures of Betty Davis and you? Do you have pictures of...
You have one picture of you and Betty.
One of her. Gloria Swanson and you. I said, folks, in my day, if you had a camera and you went near them, they would turn around and walk away. You never photographed a star in those days. She wasn't made up. She didn't have her lighting. And what are you, using me? You want to use my face to make people think you're a big shot?
Yeah.
So I was in Betty's company, and I have one picture of Betty and my lighting a cigarette of hers. And somebody took it sneakily at a party. It was my 50th birthday party, and Betty came to my birthday party. The cake was a Betty Davis cake. I mean, how they didn't know I was gay in those days, I don't know. I mean,
they did. They just didn't say anything.
The whole theme of my 50th birthday party was Betty Davis, and of course, Betty came. It was my 40th birthday, right? 40th. My 40th, and we lived in Beverly Hills at the time on Spalding Drive, and Betty came. And there I am lighting her cigarette, and that's the only picture I have.
That's a great one because it wasn't a fake posed. It was a totally natural moment.
But you see her with a cigarette in her mouth like this.
So that's a natural.
But I mean, I've been to Betty's apartment, over on where the hell was she on? She was at the Colony.
Yeah, don't be.
Yes,
she lived 407 was her apartment number. I remember that. On what street was it? I forgot. Up near Sunset.
So we've got 6 minutes left. Let's talk a little bit real quick about. So you've got.
I've got to talk about To Die For.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to talk about something now that she's done. To Die For is awesome.
Oh my God, To Die For, because I mean, nobody could do that role like you. You know how sometimes you see, actors and you see a movie role and you say, yeah, that person was good, but so and so would have been just as good. Honestly, there was nobody that could have played. When you call her a CUNT.
Illeana did it?
Yes, she calls
you did?
Nicole Kidman not Nicole in the Nicole's role. I forgot the character's names. Forgive me. It's been 20 years.
Oh wow!
But she calls
Back
her
then
a
they did that word,
CUNT, and it was great. And she's on ice skates. I loved just the way you played that role. Was just
she's her character's name is Suzanne Stone, and Nicole Kidman is just,
how's she to work with?
Oh,
True.
fantastic! No, just great. I mean, that movie was just a complete labor of love. We had Buck Henry and Joaquin Phoenix and Matt Dillon, and there was what I talk about. What was so great about the film was that there was the ability to go up there and have rehearsal beforehand and get to know everyone, so that by the time we were doing some of those scenes, those family scenes, there was a great rapport and a great chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
In doing that. But what's interesting, of course, about the movie, it's hard to believe it's the 20th anniversary of the film.
Yeah, but
and some of the things in the film that we satirize, which is, you aren't anybody unless you're on television. The movie now plays like a documentary. I don't think, it'd be, but I think it's a great movie, and I'm obviously proud. Another thing I write about how I got in the movie, I didn't write about a lot of movies I was in, because I was writing more from the perspective about people I admire, but there was a couple films, and To Die For I thought was special enough that I devoted a whole chapter to that and to Gus Van Zandt.
I have a 50th anniversary coming up. The first film I was ever in was with Sophia Loren and Tab Hunter, called That Kind of Woman. And would you believe it's almost 50 years ago?
Wow.
It's never, and I was 19 at the time. So how old does that make me?
No, it's older. It's got to be older than 15 if you were 19 at that time.
I was 19.
60 years ago.
Is it really 60? Oh, my God.
55 years ago.
Can I say that I have a film 55 years ago? Jesus.
So out of all your films that you've done, do you have one that's like your favorite, or TV series, because you do so many different things? Do you have anything that like strikes you as like, oh, this is my favorite, or you have so many?
I would have to say Grace of My Heart, the film I did with Allison Anders, because it was a labor of love, and we developed it together, and it's about the music of the Brill Building, and it's just resonated with so many women. And I would have to say, that would probably be my favorite. And then also, just currently getting to work on, at Turner has been just a joy. Has just been, because I get to do what I love, which is talk about movies.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Would that be the job of job?
I would love what you do. It's not work.
I would do it for free. What was it like working with Lainey? And what film was that you were in with Lainey?
Oh, that was a movie. Gosh, it's an independent film. It's slipping my mind, but we had a lot of fun.
She's fun
on the set. She let me try on some of her wigs, and I
Lainey's famous wigs. I love them. We had dinner with her like a couple of months, like 3 or 4 months ago in Florida, and I looked at her. I said, "Boy, your hair's looking gorgeous." She said, "You want it?"
That's what it is. Oh. The movie is called Pearly Gates. Pearly Gates.
I've never seen that. I have to find that.
It's an
indie. Well, a lot of times I do a lot of these independent films, and you have to look on, video on demand and Amazon and Prime. You never know when they're coming out. A lot of times, these indie films, after they play the festival circuit, they don't get a wide release.
Right.
Where are you living now? L.A. or New York, or both?
Oh, no, I live in Los Angeles. Hollywood, California.
Hollywood, right.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what we got to do, guys, because we've got a minute and a half. So first of all, you guys, want to get Illeana's book. It's called I Blame Dennis Hopper. Get the hard copy. It's Barnes & Noble, all the bookstores. If you don't like hard books, you can get the Kindle or the download, but you want the hard copy.
Yeah, you want a feather.
Yeah, come on.
You want to check out everything that's going on by going to IlleanaDouglas.com. You can follow her on Twitter. It's at Illeana Rama, ILLEANARAMA. And if you're in the New York area Sunday at 2:30 p.m., she's going to be at Film Forum talking about I Blame Dennis Hopper, which is the new book, and it's at 209 West Houston Street in New York, and it's 212-727-8110 for the box office. We want to thank you for coming on the Jimmy Star Show. Your career has been stellar, and it's been a whole lot of fun. Anytime you have anything to promote, we'd love to have you back. You've been an angel. We appreciate it so
thanks,
much.
Guys. It's been fun.
I'll be in touch with you about New Hope and the bookstore. I'm
Please.
Barnes and Noble. We'll see what we can
and
do.
I do those things. I don't blow smoke up the kazoo. If I
Please,
say,
I would love that.
huh?
Yep.
I would love that because I'm going to be in the East. I'm going to be on the East Coast in January. So I'll
Do Philly, and from Philly, drive out. Well, we could drive you out to New Hope.
Let's go to that bakery right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when you're in New Hope, we live we're in there with 2 seconds. You come to our home for dinner.
There you
Wouldn't
go.
that be fun?
Love it. So good luck, safe travels, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Enjoy all of it. Thank you so much, and we'll be talking to you soon. And have a good time.
Bye. Thanks to everyone in the chat room too.
Thanks, chat room. Bye, everybody.
Chat room,
All
bye,
right.
guys. She was awesome.
Awesome. Hey, everybody, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Chad, what'd you think? That was cool, right?
Another great show.
Another great show. Everybody in the chat room, thanks so much for tuning in. You guys, we're going to have a great show for you next week. We have Lori Depp coming on. Actually, she's a famous makeup artist who at one time was married to Johnny Depp.
Oh, cool. And I'll be back sometime soon.
All right, everybody, and we want to thank Deirdre, our Hollywood Vixen, for coming on, and we want to thank everybody in the chat room. And Chad, you're a rock star, dude. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Bye.
The one and only the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your one I wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars.